Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahmavidvaram Sadgurum Brahmavidvaram. Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya-madhyamam Asmadacharya-paryantam Vande Guru-paramparam Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra-bhashya-krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah-punah Sruti-smriti-purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat-pada Shankaram Loka-shankaram. Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Ramanaya. Hari Om. So we saw yesterday the source of effulgence is one, that is heart, and the effulgence passes through, expresses through many nadis. And there are many nadis, nerve channels. Nadis are subtle forces of the lines of force through which the nadis are the energy channels, energy lines, force canals, energy canals, which are passing through. At a subtle level, insulated. They are insulators of that electric force, that effulgence, and they pass throughout the body. They are spread. So, vyaptena tat prakashena sharire tu anubhutayah stalam tadeva hridayam surayah samprachakshate. Now, this effulgence that which is spread everywhere throughout the body, because of the spread of that, the flow of that effulgence through nadis, passing and pervading the whole body, loka anubhutis are taking place. The experiences of the world through smell, taste, touch, hear, seeing, smelling, tasting, touching, hearing, etc. are taking place. So, the source from which the light emerges is Hridayam Surayaha Samprachakshate. Suraya means Atma Vidaswarupa, Atma Swarupa Vidaha. Those who have realized the self, they know the source of that effulgence, the light, is Hridayam. So there are so many nadis are there, right, through which the consciousness flows. Now Bhagavan Shankaracharya, Ramana Maharshi says, in this Bhashya, the Bhashyakara says, Atha Eka eva chaitanyam shuvahini nadi itara nadya dehadaranartha ityaha. Now, there are so many nadis are there, but only through one nadi. Nadi means not the physical nerve, which we saw yesterday. Only through one nadi the consciousness flows. And other nadis are only to keep up the functions of the physical body. Okay, other nadis. Now that is explained. Nadi Shakti Vilasena Chaitanyam Shugatirmata Dehasya Shaktaya Sarvaha Pruthak Nadi Rupashritaha Nadi Shakti Vilasena Chaitanyam Shugatirmata Dehasya Shaktaya Sarvaha Pruthang Nadi Rupashritaha Nadinam Shaktehe Vilasena Vyaparena Chaitanyamshu Gatihi Mata Chaitanya Rashmi Pravahati iti Bhavaha. No, Nadinam Shaktehe Vilasena. So, the Shaktehe Nadinam, among all these nadis, Shaktehe Vilasena, because of the flow of that consciousness, the energy flows, Vyaparena, Vilasena, Vyaparena. Because unless the flow of consciousness takes place, that is, the energy, the currents flow through all these nadis, Vyaparena, Chaitanyamshu Gatirmata, Chaitanya Rashmihi Pravahati iti Bhavaha. Not Chaitanyam, Chaitanya Rashmihi Pravahati. So, through all the other nadis, the light of that effulgence, the source of effulgence, or the light of that consciousness, that light passes through different canals of the forces which are at the subtle level, that is called nadis. Through these nadis, Chaitanya Rashmihi Pravahati. Here important, Rashmihi, not Chaitanya Pravahati directly. Chaitanya Suryaha, Surya Rashmayaha. Surya is different from Surya Rashmi. Sun is one place. Sun's rays flow in all directions. Similarly, Chaitanya and Chaitanya Rashmi, the lines or the currents of that consciousness, the emerging rays of that consciousness, function through all different nadis, other nadis. Iti bhavaha. Dehasya sarva shaktayaha, because of these, the rays emerging from the consciousness, entering into different nadis, different nerve canals. Nadi means, again, don't imagine the physical alone. What is happening? Dehasya sarva shaktayaha jnana kriyatmikaha pranena manasacha karmendriya jnanendriya vyaparavatiyaha pruthak nadi rupashritaha. So different nadis are there. And the consciousness is flowing. That is, the rays of the emerging from consciousness, the light rays are flowing through them. So because of that, Sarva Shaktayaha, the various powers of the entire in the body, powers of perception, that is such as Jnana Kriyatmikaha, Jnanendriyas, Karmendriyas, Prana, mind, all these things are functioning. Prutagnadi, these all the functions are depending upon different nadis. Karmendriyas and Jnanendriyas functioning, they are dependent on different nadis, through which the Chaitanya Rashmi flows, through which the consciousness, the rays emerging from the consciousness, right? The forces, they pass through this, and we are able to function through sense organs of action and organs of perception, right? All are able to take place because of that ray of consciousness. The rays emerging from the consciousness. They flow through different nadis. So all the functions are depending upon the ray of consciousness functioning through those nadis which are attached to different functions of the body. Not only organs of perception and organs of action, but also through different functions of prana and also the mind. All these things are depending upon various rays of consciousness. Chaitanya Rashmi. That is a very key word here. It's not Chaitanyam directly. Therefore, they are all Pratang Nadi Rupa. They are different. So these functions are depending upon different nadis through which the rays of consciousness are functioning. So every nadi, the ray of consciousness functioning through a particular nadi, supports a particular function. In prana also, not only 5 pranas, there are upapranas also. Jrumbhanam, yawning also is one prana cause for it. There are some upapranas are there. The names I forgot. Arjuna is one name of it. Upapranas. If they are not functioning, certain functions will not happen. Even like yawning also is one prana responsible for yawning. So, all these things are functioning because they are depending upon rays of consciousness functioning through different nadis, and different nadis are attached to different functions, both at the grosser level, at the organs of perception and action, also at the mind and prana level, upapranas, all those things are functioning. Pratyekam bahuda avakluptanam nadinam dvara eva tadashraya satyah vijrumbhita bhavanti ityartah. So, pratyekam, each one, bahuda aklaptanam. Bahuda aklaptanam means what? Which are actually separately or distinctly arranged. Different lines of forces are coming. Different rays are emerging. And each ray has a particular property, a particular guna, a particular power to activate a particular function in the human body or the prana or mind level or upranas. It activates a particular function. Therefore, bahuda avakluptanam. Bahuda means arrayed. Bahuda means in many ways arrayed. Avakluptanam, arrayed, spread, nadinam dvara eva. So, only when the other nadis are functioning, tad ashraya satya vijrim. So all the activities are depending upon those nadis through which the ray of consciousness is flowing. A particular nadi is not functioning, that nadi, whatever function is attached to, that particular function comes to an halt. Or that particular function, either impaired function, not properly functioning. It happens. Therefore, when the other nadis are functioning, then only we can understand the flow of consciousness is unknown or understood. Oh, okay. That means the particular through function, I can infer that the nadi behind the function and the ray of consciousness functioning through the nadi is active. Therefore, this particular function is happening. Thus, we can infer the flow of the ray of consciousness, Chaitanya Rashmi. You can infer. Otherwise, it won't happen. There are many lines of these lines of patterns, like threads. They are spread. So, different nadis, Pruthak nadi upa. So different nadis hold what? Different functions. So it's very complex mission. Very complex. It is not enough to master this even for many lives. not one life. Because those Mahayogis, enlightened beings, they literally operate at the deeper levels. When Bhagavan Krishna straightened Kubja in no time, very hunchbacked woman, what did Bhagavan Krishna said? He pressed her toe with his toe and held the chin and just up. And she became straight and beautiful. So what did he do? The entire mechanism is changed. The function, the flow of right of consciousness, the ray of consciousness flowing through all nadis, twisted nadis, and then all the problems and karma blocking everything by the touch is just cleared her. And immediately the body transformed. But he is a Bhagavan, he can do it. Anyway, I am not going to talk on healing. That's a separate subject altogether. Okay, so that's all. Now, Chaitanyam tu pruthak nadyam tam sushumnam prachakshate atmanadim parameke Pare tvamruta nadikam Chaitanyam tu pruthak nadyam tam sushumnam prachakshate atmanadim parameke pare tvamruta nadikam. Now, see, in all the rays, in all the nadis, all the nadis, there are like 72,000 nadis, and then mukhya nadis are, that we'll see later on. In all these nadis, Chaitanya Rashmi is flowing. The light rays emerging from like a sun rays are many. The Atma, the Hridayam is one source from which the light is emerging through different channels. So therefore, Chaitanyam tu pratagnadyam. So, yadyapi bhafyo nadya tad vyapara nirvahikaha shaktihi pratagvahanti. Even though, or although, there are many nadis through which the rays emerging from the consciousness functioning through different nadis, thus holding different functions. So the Shakti prathak vahanti, different powers are flowing. When the ray of consciousness flowing through a particular nadi, it rises, it causes a different particular function. Electricity, when passing through the fan, the dharma of the fan is to move, so that part moves. Current is same. When the same electricity functioning through the bulb, the wire going to connect through the bulb, the power goes through that wire, travels, and it creates light. Same electricity, when functioning through a refrigerator, it cools. Same electricity, when functioning through a grinder, it grinds. Same electricity, when passing through a heater, it heats. So this heating, grinding, cooling, giving light, and movement of the fan, etc., these varieties of functions, dharmas are in the vastu, swabhava of these yantras, machines, not the swabhava of the electricity. In electricity, there is no movement like a fan, there is no coolness, there is no heat. It's a separate power altogether. So because of this Chaitanyam passing through different nadis, the rays of consciousness, functioning through different nadis, giving rise to different powers. Different powers pass through, like the power to move, power to heat, power to cool, etc. So this Shakti, Prathak Vahanti, different power Shaktis passes through this, forces pass through. Each nadi, a particular nadi is made to activate a particular function. When that particular nadi stops, that particular function stops or impaired. Impaired means not fully functioning. Some problem will come in the system. So, Prathak Vahan, Tathapi, even though different nadis are there taking care of different functions, Tathapi, Tatra Eka Nadi Chaitanya Stitihi Eka Ityaha. Tatrapi Tatreka Nadi Chaitanya Stitika Ityaha. One nadi, out of which many nadis, in one nadi, there is no ray of consciousness, but the consciousness flows. Not the ray of consciousness. In all other nadis, ray of consciousness. Chaitanya Rashmi. But there is one nadi where there is no Rashmi, the consciousness is there. Therefore, Chaitanyam Prathak Nadyam Pratyekam Avasthitayam Nadyam Vilasati iti Adhyaharyam. Meaning, Chaitanyam Prathak Nadyam Pratyekam Avasthitayam Nadyam Vilasati. That consciousness, the Chaitanyam, the consciousness, through different functions of the particular, the different nadis, it takes care of different functions that is understood. So that consciousness plays distinctly through every channel, through every nadi. I am deliberately not using the nerve because your mind will jump to physical nerve. Swami Shivananda says, nadis are insulators of prana. Not the physical level. Still the nadis are subtle silvery threads through which the force currents pass. Anyway. So therefore, consciousness, its own play, it plays distinctly. Right? But Chaitanyam, Prathak Nadyam, Prachekam. But this consciousness flows in a separate nerve channel. Nerve means nadi. In a unique nadi, the consciousness flows. Not the Rashmi. Abhi tak kya Chaitanya Rashmi, we have used the word in the beginning. There is no Rashmi there. There is no ray. All the consciousness flows. Vilasati iti avadharyam. So that's to be understood. What is that? Tam sushumnam prachakshate yogina iti shesha. Yogis iti shesha. So we have to add yogis. Yogis call that as sushumna. Now sushumna, anyway, I will not, so many things not required. Anyway, there is called sushumna. Okay? I have to control many things, No. Out of syllabus, I will not touch. Okay? Mind may bring me that also, that thought, this thought. It is not relevant here. So irrelevant subjects I will not touch. So it is called sushumna. Okay? There is something called sushumna nadi, in which not the ray of consciousness, but the consciousness flows. That much is enough. So that's called sushumna, called by whom? Yogis. Okay. Now, iti shesha, yogina shesha. Yeke vidastam. Vidastam, some people, the same thing. The eke vidastam. The vidastam means those who are known, those who know about this. They call that Sushumna itself as what? Atmanadim param vadanti. They are called as supreme Atmanadi, through which there the Atman resides. This Atma resides, that is, where you can recognize the Atman there first, through that Sushumna. Therefore, some people call it as Supreme Atmanadi. Atmanadi. Pareto Amrutanadikam Vadanti. Others call it as Amrutanadi. The Nadi which gives you immortality, which takes you to immortality. There is a Sushumna Nadi. Now, the commentator Kapala Shastriyar is quoting Upanishad also. Kathopanishad. Shatam chaika cha hrudayasya nadyah tasam murdhanam abhinusrutaika taya urdhamayan amrutatvameti vishwang anya utkramane bhavanti. Kathopanishad. Yamaraj gives this knowledge to Nachiketa. So there is, what is that? Shatam cha eka cha hrudayasya nadyah tasam murdhanam abhinusrutaika. It is shruyate. It is heard in scrap shastras. It is said. What did they say? See, there are, all nadis are so many. Thousands of nadis are there. Okay, 72,000 nadis. Out of which 101 are Mukhya Nadis, emerging from the heart. Shatam cha eka, shatam and plus eka, shatam cha eka, 101 Nadyah. There, Hrudayasya Nadyah. 101 Nadis are there in the heart. The heart means, again, don't imagine the physical body alone. Physical body nerves emerging from the heart are all at the physical side. The nadis are again subtler level. Nadyah. Tasam murdhanam abhinusrutaika. Eka nadi. Among all those 101 nadis, one nadi emerges from the heart and goes to head. Okay. One nadi emerges from the heart and goes to the head. Murdhanam. So, Taya, continue the mantra. Taya urdhamayan amrutatvameti. So, Taya, through that nadi, when you flow, this jiva rises up through Sushumna and reaches Sahasrara. And from there emerges out through Brahma Shikha, through the cranium, Brahma Kapala, and he reaches Amrutattvam. Which is Amrutattvam here? Relative immortality. Well, anyway, that is another big subject it is. Relative immortality. Through that you reach, of course, higher loka, Brahma Loka. From there you attend Brahma's satsang. From there when Brahma winds up his kahani, his story, you all will get liberated. So, but then you that in Samadhi Sthiti, you know actually who you really are. Highest state you will reach. The Amrutattvam is, that's why that particular portion is not quoted here by the commentator. Because again it becomes a huge explanation. But this much is enough. There are 101 nadis emerging from the heart, out of which one nadi goes up towards Sahasrara. Yadyapi sarvanadyah hrudayamasritya pravartante tathapi tatra eka eva chaitanya vahini. Even though all the nadis are depending on the heart and they alone, because source is same, functioning, but even though there are many nadis, although all nadis are depending on the heart, but one nadi is there which carries consciousness. Chaitanya Vahini. There that entire consciousness is there. Chaitanya Vahini. Sacha Sahasraram Prapya Tataha Dehalokana Pravahati. Normally, what is happening? This light of consciousness passing through Sushumna reaches Sahasrara, and there are only so many petals are there, functions are there. And from there, that light goes like torchlight from the heart, thrown up there, it spreads the entire Sahasrara. From there again, it spreads down and covers the entire body functions. That we saw in the beginning of this other previous chapters of Ramana Geeta. So because of that, it flows down the body, and we get experience of smelling, tasting, touching, hearing, seeing, and all the kinds of experiences. Sneezing, yawning, winking. Also one prana is required for that. With that particular nadi function not happening, the doctors, what they say, physical, this nerve is not functioning. Therefore, you cannot wink. You cannot, the eyelids won't fall. Some people have that problem.
Controls the water system.
They talk only physical. It is all run by the consciousness, rays of consciousness. So, they are not proper. They are not proper either because of the physical impediment, or there is a karma because of which the particular nadi is not functioning. Karma only. Because the entire nadi structure, it's like a chassis on which the matter is placed. That's called design body also, design. In the design itself, one particular thing is not functioning, not there. Then the corresponding part neither, it doesn't exist. Some people are born only with one kidney. I know some people, only one case. He was BP, doctor ke paas gaya. They didn't know why, and ultimately they found he has only one kidney. He lived only for 40 years also. Then the kidney impairment started. Then he was transplanted kidney. Now he is doing okay. All right. So, but then why one kidney is absent? How come? Because in the very design itself, the kidney was absent. The model, cast. The cast is molded by what? Karma. It's very deep. Go back. So in the design, suppose you make a doll, model, cast. In the cast, you did not keep the left ear. And you put the mud guitar or molten iron or whatever you put. It will come out, what? Without left ear. Hey, left ear का है? Sir, model में ऐसा है तो मैं क्या करूं? In the model itself, left ear is removed. We are here only to put molten iron or molten whatever metal. You ask, design you have to supply. We fill, so we don't look whether left ear is, we thought it is a special design. We don't know why you are giving that without ear. So we have filled it. Ultimately, the product came out without left ear. Similarly, with some heart valve puncture, heart hole. In the design itself, it is like that. So you cannot get it mold. When the simple it is being filled, that particular thing will not work. Will not be there at all. Oh, who supplies design? You only. The design nobody will make. You are the draftsman of your own body. You only draw. Make your own design. And submit to God. And God, what will He do? He will fill it and send you. But what prompts you to make such a design? Your own karma. Karma tells you. Who brought you all here? Karma. Karma. My buddhi brought me. But buddhi itself is conditioned by karma. So it's a deep, go. Lot of very complicated structure it is. So, sahacha sahasraram pyapya taho deha lokanabhutibhya, deha anubhuti, oh, I am the body. Suppose, you know that you can feel your toe. Very good. Doctors say, at least move your toes. Toe you are moving, very good. There is a connection. Nerves are not cut. A little finger of feet you toe move, move. Very good. Hands ka bhi there dekh lo, their connection is intact. Thrombosis and so many things are there. Very good. All functions are good. So dehanubhuti, the particular nadi is not functioning, a ray of consciousness passing through a nadi which is connecting to a particular part is not functioning. You will not experience the existence of that part. That part you will not feel it. Like paralytic stroke, for example. That's an extreme case, but otherwise anything. Numbness. What is the numbness? But temporarily that energy is not flowing there. So you don't feel that existence of that feet. Temporary phenomena. अभी बोलते बोलते जाओ कितना बोलो बहुत सारी चीजें हैं तथा देह लोकानुभूतिभ्य प्रवहति ताम नाड़ीम कैवल्य अमृतात्मा सुषुम्ना परा आदि शब्द व्यवहार्याम चैतन्य नाड़ीम वदन्ति that chaitanya nadi through which consciousness flows, not the ray of consciousness. Please understand, बार बार बोल रहा हूँ. It is not the ray of the sun. It is not the ray Rashmi, Chaitanya Rashmi. It is Chaitanya Meva. Flow. That nadi, tam nadim, Kaivalyam. It is called Kaivalyam. Amruta. There are other names. Amrutam, immortal, Atma, Sushumna, Para. All the Shabdas. These are all words used. Shabda Vyavaharyam, Chaitanya Nadi. Chaitanya Nadi ko hi is सारे नाम दिए गए. The Chaitanya Nadi alone is given all the names. Amruta, Atma, then Para, Sushumna, Chaitanya, Kaivalya. All the names are given. Vadanti. Anyascha Nadyaha Bhafyo Dehe Itara Shakti Vyapara Kulya iti Bhavaha. So other nadis are all useful in the body. They produce different powers. They support different functions of the body. Vyapara Kulya iti Bhavaha. So Sushumna, the Chaitanya Nadi, emerging from the heart. You know, if you are caught up in a thick jungle and you are finding your way out. So when you started your journey from the jungle to come out, finding out where is Agra Expressway from the deep jungle somewhere. So in the jungle when you start, somebody will guide you. First, you go to the tribal village in the jungle. वहाँ पे पहला उधर tribal village आएगा. After crossing 2 mountains, you go up and down and reach tribal village. उनसे पूछोगे भाई आगरा एक्सप्रेस वे पता नहीं वो क्या होता है बट any other bigger city than this town than this. हाँ छोटा मोटा गांव पड़ा इधर थोड़ा 1-2 दुकान भी मिलेगा आपको. कहाँ पे? ऐसे जाओ. Then you cross another valley, go up and down and reach small hamlet. Better than that tribal habitat. Then you go there. Acha, very good. Little cultured likh raha hai, civilian, little more. They said, okay, कहाँ जाना है? भाई इससे बाहर निकलना है. अच्छा, यहाँ से वहाँ जाओ. Then they travel, and after traveling 2-3 days, they reach a village. Better than the small hamlet. Better than the tribal inside. जो नंगा घूमते हैं ऑलमोस्ट. अच्छा, वहाँ विलेज पहुँच गया. विलेज में थोड़ा कुछ इधर उधर, वहाँ गाड़ी गिड़ी कुछ नहीं है. बोलते हमारे गांव में न बिजली है, न सड़क है, न बस पानी तो मिलेगा, हम खेती बाड़ी करते जीते हैं. अच्छा, बात करने लगे, थोड़ा सिविलियन, बढ़िया है भाई, बाहर निकलना है. अच्छा, आप इधर जाओ, इस तरह से रोड. कितना समय? बस यही है मैंने से 30 miles. So 30 miles you travel, टका 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 टका, and you reach a small town, in between village and town. वहाँ पूछोगे भाई आगरा एक्सप्रेस वे कहाँ मिलता है? हाँ बस कोई बात नहीं, आप इसे जाओ, थोड़ा टाउन मिलेगा. देन यू रीच टाउन. अच्छा, टाउन से चलते 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 देन स्टिल बिगर टाउन. वहाँ पे जाए, बस इसके शहर बाहर करो तब. देन यू क्रॉस दैट. Then you will see from a distance vehicles going fast. Then you inferred, that must be Agra Expressway. Then reach there. Then go on to the road. Then you will know bus stand is not here anywhere. Then you have to walk. जैसे वहाँ तक चले जाओ 10 किलोमीटर रोड पे, वहाँ पे एक बस पॉइंट है, सब बस स्टॉप. अच्छा जाओ, अल्टीमेटली यू गेट ए बस. लाइक दैट. To reach Sushumna, not easy. And where we are caught up? In the jungle of sense objects. Vishayaranyam. Therefore, that is journey. Now Bhagavan on Mercy continues. He says, commentator says, Atha sarupe anavastitasya dehatma buddhi bhavati ityaha. Now, one who is not seated in one's own self, to them automatically Dehatma buddhi takes place. I am the body sense is born. To whom? Those who are not established in their own self. बस इतना ही. अच्छा, हमको लगता है कि आत्मज्ञान हो गया. Very good. You have still the feeling I am the body. Of course, then you are not there. Litmus test. खोपड़ी के अंदर ना Gurudev says, bloated head is not spirituality. That bloated head will give you headache only and more restlessness. Because if knowledge is not synchronized properly, aligned properly, tuned properly, sorted out properly, it gives you more confusion, more problem. That is why no teacher gives you all kinds of knowledge. Because the teacher has mastered to understand each bit of it wisely and place it where it has to be placed in his own head. So, like bank lockers, So, your locker is different, neighbor locker is different, number 1, number 2, number 25, 30, 100, your locker different. You opened your locker and put inside. And ultimately, you realize that inside walls are absent. Between two lockers, the walls are absent. And those walkers are all there, correct, but workers keep moving that board, iron wardrobes here and there to clean. In the movement, what happens? Side walls are not there inside. You thought that you have put inside and locked it. When you open, sometimes you find emptiness only. मेरा कहाँ गया? आधा इधर गया, आधा उधर गया. So, our information is overflowing and disturbing the other windows, other sockets or other wardrobes or other almirahs. Or, that's how it happens. Or you find in airport, you put your bag somewhere and then airport turbulence and here and there and all. You find if the hall is not packed fully, you will find your bag somewhere other side. Our knowledge is like that. All confused. यहाँ पे भी सुन लिया, उनका भी सुन लिया, इनका भी सुन लिया. I can see the mixture of all confusions. To filter it out and to sort it out, Guru will have a Herculean task. That too, if the student completely surrenders to the Guru. It will take a lot of time for Guru to sort out the matters and make this idiot understand where you stand. So our data is like that. Understood? Therefore, listening here, there, every philosophy, everything is fine, but we don't know how to handle it, how to keep it. Without one bit of information should not interfere the process of understanding of other channels of knowledge. Okay. Somebody was telling me yesterday, our mission member only, very senior, not here, outside. He came. He said, Swamiji, in 1998, I attended first camp in Uttarkashi by Pujya Swami Purushothamananda ji. And pata hai kya hai? 1 month we stayed for a long camp. And pehla text Swami ji ne liya Ashtavakra Geeta. And that was my first introduction to Chinmaya Mission. पूरा बाउंसर रहा. बट ठीक है, समझने के लिए कोशिश कर रहा था. लॉट ऑफ डाउट्स आई वाज आस्किंग एंड स्वामी जी वाज पेशेंट. स्वामी के साथ ही वॉकिंग चले जाता था मैं. लॉट ऑफ क्वेश्चंस आई यूज्ड टू आस्क एंड ही वाज आंसरिंग. एंड एक हफ्ते इन बिटवीन वी वेंट टू ट्रैवल हियर एंड देयर, पुण्य क्षेत्रास हियर एंड देयर, बद्रीनाथ या जो भी है जाके. फिर एक हफ्ते के बाद फिर आया एंड नेक्स्ट टेक्स्ट स्वामी जी ने लिया नारद भक्त सूत्र. तो मेरे को ना घर का ना घाट का भूल गया मैंने. ये भाई एक बार बोलते हो अष्टावक्र गीता लिया है, एक हफ्ता गैप दे के इधर उधर मंदिर के अंदर घुमा के फिर नारद भक्त सूत्र शुरू किया. ये क्या, ये कहाँ, हाउ टू अंडरस्टैंड डाइजेस्ट इट. उनके लिए आसान था. वी डोंट नो हाउ टू सॉर्ट इट आउट. So now he is a big man. Understands a lot of work is doing. So I was laughing. इधर का उधर का. So I can't digest it. I can't contain it. ठीक है. Therefore, this kind of knowledge, this kind of text we never take it normally. These are total different explanations. But yoga rahasyas. That is why samanvayam. ability to digest all varieties of knowledge and understand it as one, that needs special Guru's grace. Because we are like idhar pe dakka mara, knowledge, Brahma Satyam, Jagan Mithya. So I develop hatred subconscious toward puja, towards rituals, towards pilgrim tours, towards bhajan, towards kirtan. That is the result. Or if you go into this section, मैं कह रहे ना बस मेरे लिए बस कुछ नहीं है, मेरा लाला काफ़ी है. बट लाला ही दिया है भगवत गीता. नहीं, वो लाला को मैं छोड़ देता हूँ. मुझे बाल कृष्ण ही पसंद है, नॉट गीता कृष्ण. तो इधर फंस गया तो इधर फंस गया, उधर फंस गया तो उधर ही फंस गया. So I see everywhere, including our own mission members. That total comprehensive view of the beauty of it. Appreciating everything. Understanding it. And holding it as one. Requires great tapasya and not an easy task. So, now, what he says now, one who is not established in one's own swarupa, swarupe anavastitasya, one who is not rooted in one's own swarupa, to him alone dehabhimana takes place. It is existing. So when I say I am the body, I feel I am the body. Of course I feel I am the body. That means what? या तो आप आत्मस्थित है या देह स्थित है. Either you are rooted in self or in the body. मरने के बाद subtle body. Some body you are holding on to. Therefore, why this thought I brought? Again, therefore I brought knowledge, information is not spiritual progress. Again, I repeat the same thought. More knowledge, sometimes more confusion, because sorting out all explained now. So, practical realization is to be attained by the grace of the Guru. One great Mahatma we used to meet, Avadhut. Very, very great Mahatma, Mahayogi. He would always say in Telugu, Tune Pakkada, wonderful Mahatma. He said, where is practice? Whatever yoga paribhasha you will give. Wonderful. Where is practice? प्रैक्टिस कहाँ है? ठीक है, बोला है, बट प्रैक्टिस कहाँ है? Did you know what it is? Did you know what it is? Did you see it? Did you understand? Did you experience it? Focus on that. We are carrying only information. In whole life, read 1,000 books and die. It will come. It will come. Later on it will come. Sadhana also Bhagavan gives. Now here, the two states are there. Either you are established in self, there is no Dehabhimana. If your Dehabhimana is there, that means you are not established in self. So that's what he says. Sarvam deham prakashena vyapto jivo bhimanavan मन्यते देहमात्मानं तेन भिन्नं च विष्टपम् सर्वं देहं प्रकाशेन व्याप्तो जीवोऽभिमानवान् मन्यते देहमात्मानं तेन भिन्नं च विष्टपम् अभिमानवान् जीवः सर्वं देहं प्रकाशेन व्याप्तः Abhimanavan jiva, those who has got this body identification, abhimana. Sarvam deham prakashena vyaptaha. So what is that? Where is jiva? Not the higher self, source. Jiva is Chitchaya. Where is he? He is there throughout the body. Because somebody touches your little finger. Don't touch me. Acha, don't touch you. You are a little finger. Okay. I'll touch your index finger. Don't touch me. Oh. I'll touch your wrist. Don't touch me. I'll touch your head. Don't touch me. भाई बताओ तो हेड पे है, पैर में है, हाथ में है, कहाँ पर हो? I am everywhere in the body. The jiva dives and occupies elephant body. He pervades the whole body of the elephant. Such a huge elephant body. Dinoculars. Aye, huge one. The jiva occupying dinoculars body, he is pervading the entire body. So, that is called as Atma in some Jain, where the Jain says the Atma is pervading the size of the body. Anyway, it's all different. Atma paribhasha is different. But Jiva is Jiva sarvam deham prakashena vyapta. Is glowing, is pervading the whole body and shining light. Why? Because the rays are there, no? Rashmayaha, Kanti Rashmayaha, Chaitanya Rashmayaha. So, I am pervading Nakasika Paryantam. Naka means nail, toes. Sikha, head, Paryantam. Whole thing, I am there. Where am I not? As a Jiva, Dehabhiman. So, Atmanam Deham Manyate. Because he feels I am there everywhere in the body, confined to the body. Therefore, अपने आप को क्या समझता है? देह समझता है. अपने आप क्या समझता है? देह आत्मानम देहम मन्यते. तो मैं कौन हूं? बस सिंपल, आई एम द बॉडी located in space and time, separated from everything else. Manyate. He thinks. Tena vishtapam cha bhinnam bhavati iti yojana. And what he thinks now? So, by me, so I am occupied the whole body. I am the physical body. Who am I? I am the body. And I am totally different from Vishtapa. Vishtapa means world. Vishtapa means world. Vishtapam from the world अपने आप को अलग देखता है. So I am different from the world. I am the body. Naturally, that body is different, this body is different, animal body is different, human body, other human beings are. So there is no, my consciousness, that reflected consciousness, it's spread everywhere in the body, up to that and confined by that, thinking that I am the body. And rest all is where the sense of I-ness is not there. Because I-ness is there pervading whole body. If we touch the book here, I don't call it, don't touch me. I'll say, don't touch my book. So there I am absent. Mamata is there. Ahanta is not there. In the book there is mamata, mineness, not I-ness. In the body, wherever you touch me, there is I-ness. That's what he says. So, abhimanascha, what is abhimana? Mindness, identification, abhimana. Idam pratyaya gocharam purasthitam va abhimukhi bhuya sriyatvena tasya vedanam. Abhimana. The claiming that this is mine. Abhimana. इसके वस्तु के साथ अभिमान. What is abhimana? Idam pratyaya gocharam purasthitam. That whatever is in front of you and whatever you are experiencing it as this. Idam pratyaya gocharam purasthitam abhimukhi bhuya, उनके प्रति देखते हुए आपके सामने जो वस्तु है अभिमुखी भूय, तो आपके सामने जो वस्तु है पुरस्थितम idam pratyaya gocharam, it is seen as this, not I. It is a this. Sviyatvena tasya vedanam, and that is known as mine. Whatever is in front of you, which is recognized as this. Not all this is yours. You don't claim every this is not mine. But there are some thises, not dishes. Thises. Hey, dictionary mein nahi hai. It doesn't matter. You understand. There are many thises. In that many thises, some thises only are mine, identified with it. I claim it as mine. That ये मेरा है, ऐसा जानता है, समझता है. Tadvan abhimani. He is called abhimani jivaha. One who is identified. Sarvam shariram prakashavrutam sviyatvena abhimanya. So that is abhimana. And therefore, now, idam is known as what? Body. Body also is known as this. And I pervade the whole body. So, sarvam shariram prakashavrutam, because which prakasham? Rashmayaha. The reflection light of consciousness pervading the whole body. Sushumna goes to Sahasrara, from there light spreads all over the body and the light is illumining in that light, glowing. And that object is known as this Prakashavrutam Svijatvena Abhimanya, having considered this as mine, Abhimanya, Anantaram, Prakashayoho, Dehatmanoho, Bhedam Apashyan. So then what is the consequence? The Prakashya, illumined is body. Prakashakaha, illuminator is the Chaitanyam, consciousness. So, I am unable to differentiate between Prakashya, that is the body, Prakashaka, illuminator, the self, Bhedam, Apashyan. I don't see the difference. This is Prakashakaha, this is illuminator, this is Prakashya, illuminated. Sun is different from the object it illumines. Illumined object is different from the illuminator. But what happens is, rule number 1. You cannot see any object unless it is illumined by light. Yes or no? पहले हाँ कहते दो. Very good. That means whatever you see, that object is illumined by the light. Okay. The light is not there, the object is not seen. In the dark, pitch dark, you cannot see anything. Light is required. So whenever you see any object, when objects are seen, that means the object and also light is included in it. But we don't see the light, we see only the object. That without which the object cannot be seen. But light is not seen. It is saath hai. Any vastu you see, its light is there. But I don't see the light. I don't recognize the light. I see only the object. That is Maya. So Brahmam Sarvam Brahmamayam Jagat. Everything is Brahmamayam Jagat only. The Brahman I don't see. Jagat I see. But Jagat cannot exist without the illumined by consciousness. That consciousness illuminator is not seen. Now what is happening now? Since I don't see the consciousness separated from the illumined is object, illuminator is light, I don't separate. So when I identify it, I see only the object along with the light. I don't see it separate. Similarly, the self and Atma, the body and the Atman are not separated. They see as one. Then the subsequent consequence, they like what? Dehohamiti manyate. So I am unable to see the light separated. Illuminator separated from the illumined. I don't see it. Immediately consequence is what? I am the body, the see things. I cannot separate the light which is illuminator from the object which is illumined. Object is different, light is different. When do you know? When in the night, when our light is not there, object is there, you cannot see it. If light sun sets, it doesn't mean object also disappears. Object is there, light disappeared. When light disappeared, object is invisible. Wow. Therefore, the consciousness, the illuminator, and the body which is illumined is always together. But I don't separate. I see it as one. That is called abhimanam. Deha ahamiti manyate. Thus he thinks I am the body. अब क्या करना है? How do we separate light from the body? That is sadhana. I am the light and I am not the body. Tasmat. Therefore, dehatmadiyo jivasya. The jiva who has got this dehatma buddhi. Dehatmadhiyo jivasya lokaha atmanaha bhinnataya pratibhasate. And ultimately, because of this identity with the body, what is the real swarupam of Jagat? Pure consciousness alone. Because what is Jagat swarupam? Consciousness. Why? Jagat is a whole vastu. It cannot be illumined. It cannot be seen without illumined by consciousness. So Jagat say Chaitanyam Sarvam Vyaptam Idam Vyaptam Jagadyena Chidatma Bhava Yena Jagat Chidatma Bhava Bhavena Vyaptam. That world by which that which is pervaded by the consciousness. That consciousness is you. Yena Jagat Chidatma Bhavena Vyaptam. Where did we study this? Tapon Shatakam. Now, there cannot be two Chaitanyam. So, therefore, there is no difference between me and the world. Why? The world is Chaitanyam. I am also Chaitanyam. Chaitanyam only Ekameva. So therefore, Loka Atmaha Atmana Bhinnataya. So Atman is different, Loka is different. The duality is actually at the higher state of consciousness, the world is mithya. Whatever is consciousness alone. Dehe swatmasthanam vihaya charato jivasya. The jiva who is moving all around, अपना टिकाना को छोड़कर, अपना जगह को छोड़कर, अपना घर को छोड़कर, स्वीय स्वात्मस्थान विहाय, अपना स्थान जो है हृदय स्थानम विहाय छोड़ दिया. छोड़ के कहाँ जा रहा है? पता नहीं क्या कर रहा है. अब भटक रहे करके आप कह रहे हैं तो भटको, भटकानंद. जैसे आप खाने के लिए अपना घर का कुत्ता हमेशा सड़क पर ही घूमता है, दूसरों जब चोर दूसरे घर पे पहुंचता है तो वो भौंकता है दूसरों के घर में खाना खाता है, सोने के लिए हमारा घर आ जाता है। जब हमारे घर में चोर आता है तो वो कुछ भौंकता भी नहीं, भौंक सो जाता है। दैट इज जीव स्वात्मस्थान विहाय चरतो। सो अपने जगह को छोड़कर जो घूमता हुआ जो जीव है, चरतो जीवस्य देहाभिमानः देहात्मबुद्धि इति द्वयं बंधकं भवति। There are two types of bondage takes place. What is that? Dehabhimanah. First one is identification of the body. I am. This is mine. Abhimana means this is mine. Body is mine. And I am the body. Both express at the body level. Sometimes we say, behave as though I am the body. Sometimes we say, body is mine. I am attached to body. कभी हम कहते हैं ये मेरा शरीर है, कभी हम कहते हैं मैं ही शरीर हूं। I am beautiful. There I am the body. हरे राम मेरे पैर में क्या हो रहा है? अभिमान, मेरा पैर। So we are oscillating between two types of bondages. Kabhi, sometimes I am the body, sometimes body is mine. And it oscillation is very fast. One thought I am the body, another thought body is mine. And if you become extremely aware, you can count how many times I am the body, how many times body is mine thoughts come in our vyavahar. You can use, this is my body, my leg is not good. Okay, vyavahar, but in that, your awareness is that. Just as you say, I told you the example. When you stay in a hotel, you say somebody, what is your room? My room number is 202. You say it is my room number 202. You know that is not your room. आपका फ्लाइट क्या है? तो मेरा तो फ्लाइट ही नहीं है, मैं इतना गरीब हूँ, मैं कैसे फ्लाइट हूँ उसका? नहीं, इसका मतलब आपका फ्लाइट, कौन से फ्लाइट में जा रहे हो? अच्छा मेरा फ्लाइट, अच्छा फ्लाइट नंबर सो एंड सो। वो कहते हो मेरा फ्लाइट है, मेरा फ्लाइट गया। यदि तेरा फ्लाइट तो कैसे जा सकता है तेरे बिना? That vyavahara is understood, but the real meaning is we know that it is not my flight. I am not owner of the flight. That knowledge is there, no? With respect to body, that knowledge is missing. So, dehabhimanaha dehatma buddhihi iti dvayam bandhakam bhavati. Two types of bondage takes place. तस्माद् अस्य निवृत्ति उपायम उपन्यस्यति। Therefore, how to withdraw from these two types of bondages? How to withdraw my rays of consciousness spreading through all nadis, bring it back. And yogis, just focus it in Sushumna and rise up and merge in Sahasrara Shiva Tattva in Yoga Shastra. They don't again focus it on body. They withdraw. It is a reverse path. Avrutta chakshuhu amrutatvamichan. They withdraw and they attain that immortality. Nirvikalpa samadhi. Then Sahajavastha. That are the beautiful states there. They practice it. How to do it? That is what Bhagavan explains from verse number 12. So we saw how many verses today? 3. है ना? 9th verse, 10th verse and 11th verse of which chapter? 9. So tomorrow is the last day for this month. We will continue from 12th verse. Whatever we can study, we can study. Tomorrow again 6 p.m. only to 7:30 p.m. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om Sadgurunad Maharaj Ki Jai.